Trump is back at Mar-a-Lago. You know, I got a different take on the whole Trump thing, if you want to hear it. He was here for 2 days. I know I pay ridiculous taxes to live in this crap hole that is New York City. I would love to know, this is a question for Mayor Adams, because I know he gets up early to watch my live streams. How much money did it cost? That's my take on the whole Trump thing. How much money did it cost to protect Trump for the last 2 days here in New York City? I saw cops everywhere. There had to be thousands of cops that were working for the whole Trump thing. They had to close down the courts, so that cost money. They were closing down streets. They were closing down parts of highways. They were closing down airports so it could get in and out. So my question is this. You take so much money from us New Yorkers, Mayor Adams. You know, New Yorkers, we got swagger. Well, I want some of that swagger to put some of my money back in my damn pockets. This New York City knows how to waste money. So that's my take on the Trump thing. Everyone else could argue about the 34 felon counts. The other thing that's really, really stupid about the thing is the fact that the next court date is December. What? Are they going forward with this thing or not? December? Oh my! It's all a joke, my friends. The other thing I liked, I talk about the Trump stuff in very broad strokes. I have to admit, I like that no one held the door open for Trump. At this point, I'm sure you noticed or someone told you, but when it was time to enter the court to face his arraignment, people were walking through the door, and then it was Trump's turn, and he's so used to never opening his own door. That man probably hasn't opened a door in 50 years by himself. I bet you he even has someone open the bathroom door for him in the morning. But I really enjoyed that the door almost hit Trump in the face. See, I talk about the broad strokes. You could do the deep dive into the politics, whether it's fair or not. But I kind of found that funny that I think he was surprised and the door almost hit him in the face. That was my favorite part too. It was almost like Trump didn't know how to open a door. It was, yes, the door almost hit him in the face. And then the other thing I really love, I have like a love-hate relationship with New York, but we got some tough people that live in this. I mean, tough people that live in this city. And that Marjorie Taylor Greene, I just don't like her. I couldn't name one thing she's for, or, well, I guess I could if I had to, but I really don't do a deep dive with the Marjorie Taylor Greene. I know she was just like useless in Washington, and then Kevin McCarthy gave her a big seat, right? I know that much. Then she came to New York to protest Trump's arrest. She should do her research on New Yorkers because she steps out of like an SUV. She's got a bullhorn, right? And she's about to give a speech. And then all these New Yorkers were like, look, I'm for free speech, by the way. I feel like Marjorie Taylor Greene should have had the opportunity to talk yesterday. I am for free speech. But when you get a whole bunch of assholes waiting for her to step out of her SUV, thinking her crap don't stink, she thinks she's going to get a giant crowd and she's going to like fire up Trump's base, right? And then everyone starts blowing whistles so no one can hear her. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And then she 5 minutes into her protest, whatever the hell you call it, she had to leave. She had to leave. The people with the whistles drowned her out, and she had to leave. So no one knows what the F she said. And then she's tweeting about, New Yorkers, like they're so drugged up, they're passing out on the sidewalks and all. That's just not true. The city's got problems like anyone else, but as far as as far as cities go, we're doing a very good job keeping a lot of that stuff down. Other cities, they're in deep trouble, man. You got people camped out all over the place. Think San Francisco, think Seattle, a few other joints, LA. New York, though, man, they don't really let packs of homeless run around free like other cities. They're keeping that shit down, which is nice. Man, they're talking about this Trump thing like it's like some kind of mafia trial. And they even said, like, mafia, they had their own rules when they went to court and stuff. And Trump's like pushing past those norms. They said, like, the mafia, when they're put on trial or hauled in general, they have a way of acting because they know it will hurt their business in the end. But that's not fully true, because I've watched some of those mafia shows where they're taking out witnesses and whatnot. But in general, supposedly they know that they should behave because it hurts their business back in the day. Just like both impeachments he's going to walk. Using politics to charge someone is the biggest travesty in American history. And I didn't even vote for the guy. Well, James Vaughn, let me ask you something. That's like a talking point, right? That's one of those copy and paste talking points. And I'm not a fan of the copy and paste talking points that we all do, depending on if you like or hate the guy. Okay. Did you read the thing? I actually read a lot of it. It was boring as all hell. And there's legalese in there where I don't know what this sentence means. But I mean, there's 34 felony counts in there, sir. And a lot of people think, that a bunch of that stuff should have been misdemeanors, but no, they got them on felony charges. So I don't know. I think there's something to this case. I really do. What I read. You might want to read the thing. I know, reading's stupid, though. So I'm not even blaming you. Reading's stupid. No joke. I am so mad at this stupid city and the amount of money they waste. And it's never enough. They're always trying to find more and more money from us New Yorkers. Oh, by the way, I was audited. Cheers. Maybe you shouldn't be talking about New York City in a bad light. And maybe you shouldn't make fun of the Mayor Adams by talking about how he says New Yorkers have swagger. My swaggers cost me an audit. So cheers on that. Cheers. They're listening. But it's so infuriating, the amount of money they spent on Trump coming in and out of New York for that very basic court proceeding. I mean, they're trying to figure it out, but it's millions of dollars they could have spent another way. Millions. It's mind-boggling the amount of money they want from us hardworking people. I'm a hardworking people now. There was a lot of excitement in the city for the last couple of days. It was fun, but I mean, you walk around, you walk away from the action, and no one cared. Literally, no one cared. No one was really talking about it. They were just going about their lives. No one really cared. That's the reality of it. The media was trying to make a big deal of it. They weren't really in front of Trump Tower when I went on Monday. There weren't even really any protesters or anything. It was very light. You had pro-Trump protesters that I ended up hanging out with because of because of Alex Stein, primetime Alex Stein. He dragged me into the pro-Trump protest, and I had fun, man. They got to shower, though. They got to shower. I think Donald Trump Jr., I think I saw a tweet. I don't know if it was real. I'll be honest, but if someone can find the tweet and put it in the chat. But basically, he was scolding the Trump supporters. It was basically like, if you're supporting Trump, which is weird, like the kids don't call Trump dad. They call him Trump. He's like, you have to shower. You have to shower. He got all annoyed because he's hinting that some of the Trump supporters are not showering and they're undesirables, and he's getting a little frustrated. He's like, "Will you please shower?" That's the stuff I love about politics. I wish more people would jump on board politically and just look at it as the greatest reality show on TV and don't take it so seriously. And I know that's easy to say. And I was going into the elevator bank with Doggy after the live stream, and I was thinking about this point. I said to myself, it's not fair that you say that, because there are a lot of people out there that absolutely depend on a certain politician for their livelihood. So maybe it's not fair to say that, but I feel incredibly fortunate that I didn't have to depend on one politician in my life. I get frustrated with the taxes in New York City, and if there was a candidate out there that was going to dramatically reduce our taxes here in New York City, I would actually start voting. I've never voted because I don't believe in any of these idiots. But if a guy where I would see it on paper, if I win the election, this goes in a place which, but the campaign promises are the biggest joke ever, because half the shit they say they want to do, they can't do because they know how the Senate is set up and the Congress is set up. So they're just babbling to get your vote. But I feel fortunate that I never had to depend on a politician ever in my life. Thank God. But I do have people in my life that it was important to have Trump as president. And others that said, well, I would have been better off if Hillary was president. So I don't know. So that's why I like to take these broad strokes and just have fun with it. Like talk about how Trump was amazed that they didn't hold the door open for him. I like talking about how Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't able to do her babbling because everyone had whistles and just started whistling to the point she had to leave. Robert Spawn, what did Stormy do with her hush money, invest or vacation? That's a good man. She is not playing on the Twitter, man. Every once in a while I'll go on Stormy Daniels' Twitter and wow, she takes the shots at the president or the ex-president. Is he still president? I don't know. He walks around like he's still president, so maybe he's still president. I don't know. Oh, the other thing, which got to be fair, overnight, late last night, it was the 9th District Court, I think. Stormy Daniels lost a case, and she has to pay, I don't know the exact number, but it's $100 and something thousand to Trump to pay for lawyer fees. That went down late last night. I don't know what that's about, that case. But I will read it. I should have read it before I popped on this morning, but that also happened in that whole circus world